Hi, I'm Violet from Washington, and I have a really personal story to share today. But before I do, please like and subscribe. My mom gave birth to identical twin daughters, me and my sister Sophie. So of course, my parents dressed us in the same clothes and braided our hair with matching ribbons. But people could easily tell us apart for one reason. Sophie was born with a minor facial distortion. Her eyes were a little lopsided, and her mouth was almost as low as her chin. I, on the other hand, looked like a frickin' porcelain doll. And everywhere we went, people would ooh and ah at me. She's just too lovely to be real. Look at those brown eyes. I have the same color eyes. But everyone ignored Sophie, and it really got to her. I kept telling her she was just as pretty as me, but she wouldn't hear a word of it. And as years passed, my sister grew to hate me. Sophie did everything she could to make me feel as sad and angry as she felt. She'd spread rumors about me at school, steal my diary, and once, she tried to shave off my eyebrows. I was living in fear 24/7. Worst of all, my parents didn't take it that seriously. I'll take away her electronics for a week. That's not enough, Dad. Sophie is trying to ruin my life. What if she tries to seriously hurt me? Oh, Violet, that's silly. Sophie's just going through a phase, and we would never let her harm you. They didn't understand. And when I turned 14, things really turned upside down. One afternoon, I came home from school to find Sophie in the living room with my parents, and they looked furious with me. How could you do something like that, Violet? What are you talking about? Sophie said you locked her in the closet for an hour. We heard her calling for us. What? Just then, I saw Sophie and she was smirking at me. I just don't think I feel safe around Violet anymore, Mommy. How can I trust her after what she did? Guys, she's framing me. She locked herself up in the closet. And why would she do that? That's just twisted, Violet. Didn't my parents see how crazy Sophie was? None of them talked to me that night. They all watched MSA videos with a bowl of popcorn while I stayed in my room. But the next morning, my parents did the unthinkable. They made me move into the guest house. It was Sophie's idea. You two need space away from each other. We can't have this negativity in the house. So you're kicking me out? What, because I trapped her in the closet? I told you guys I didn't do it. It doesn't matter who did it. The point is, you two are toxic for each other right now. And at the moment, Sophie needs our attention more than you do. You have more friends and the world at your fingertips. It's just for a short time, Violet. I was speechless. I was being punished for literally nothing, and it was all Sophie's fault. I moved into our guest house that evening and didn't speak to any of my family members. In fact, I continued to ignore them for the next several months. Sure, it was clear Sophie was much happier without me in the house. She made more friends and even picked up a few hobbies. But I was still bubbling with anger. One day, I was coming out of the supermarket when I saw a homeless boy outside with dyed turquoise hair. I immediately pulled out a bag of bananas and some change, but he just laughed. Whoa, do I look like a beggar? If I'm being honest. These clothes are just really old. I still insisted that he keep the bananas, and the two of us ended up having lunch together. I found out the boy's name was Easton, and he lived in an apartment down the block. He was also an absolute sweetheart. I told Easton all about my home situation and Sophie's issues with me, and he had a brilliant idea. Pretend to run away from home. Leave at midnight and leave a note. Turn off the location services on your phone and you can stay at my place. They'll get so scared, they'll beg you to move back in with them. They might even finally punish your jerk sister. I was sold. My whole family deserved a little scare. So that night, I sent a text to both my parents to tell them my plans and switched my location to private. I spent the next 2 nights at Easton's apartment. His family was really poor and I had to sleep on a torn cot. But I felt fantastic. My parents were probably going crazy. Maybe they think you joined a gang. Or they think I'm pregnant and ran off to get married. Unfortunately, the fun didn't last long. The next morning, my parents burst into Easton's apartment with several cops. They hugged me and cried for a moment, but then they were furious.